Hi guys and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and if you want to see more. Coming up in today's episode, statements from Warrington Wolves and Castleford Tigers about Castleford fan coach being attacked. Plus my report on Friday night's game, Wigan Warriors vs Leeds Rhinos. So after the Warrington Castleford game, you'd think that the Warrington Wolves fans would have been celebrating as their side won the first two games in a Super League season for the first time in quite some time. But the celebrations turned sour as it's been reported that a Castleford Tigers official supporters coach has been attacked soon after the game. According to eyewitnesses, bricks were thrown at the coach, which resulted in 3 different windows being smashed on the coach itself. Among the supporters on the coach was at Tom WLUFC, who shared photos of the damage on Twitter. That's whose picture this is. Speaking to Rugby League Live, Tom said were leaving the stadium after a poor performance by the lads, so morale was low on the bus. Then Warrington youths came and pounded our bus with rocks, bricks and any objects near them that they could find, and 3 windows were smashed. This is a club-run coach which is for family to come on and enjoy some rugby league, which is a family game. For 20 minutes, constant bricks and objects were thrown at our windows and stewards just stood there doing nothing. This all happened on the street outside the away end, going onto the main road. Castleford fans were forced to leave the coach and wait in a local retail park until a new coach arrived, which didn't until 12:30 in the morning. It's quite a distance from Castleford in a coach to Warrington, and on the way back with that wait. Game finished about 10 o'clock and people started moving off, but it took them until 1:45 to get back to Castleford. Cas fan Tom said, "We were expected to be at the jungle for 1:45 AM. I'm very frustrated and hope us fans get compensated. We come to rugby league games for the rugby and see our beloved team play, and never expect this. For the people on the bus who most likely have to work in the morning, as it's a Friday, they have that disrupted. I myself start at 7 AM. A statement on the Castleford Tigers website about the incident read, "Castleford Tigers are appalled by a group of people who attacked a travelling supporters bus following the league fixture between the Tigers and Warrington Wolves. The incident happened around 10 PM on Thursday the 17th of February 2022, shortly after the bus had left the Halliwell Jones Stadium on the junction of Dolham Lane and Tanners Lane. This left our supporters, who travelled on a cold, stormy Thursday night to cheer on their team, waiting hours for a replacement bus service to get home safely. The Tigers are working closely with both Cheshire Police and Warrington Wolves to identify the people directly involved and those associated with the troublesome group. Castleford Tigers will be actively pursuing lifetime bans from entry to not only our home ground, but all rugby league stadia. Cheshire Police are appealing for any information related to the incident, CCTV, phone or dashcam footage, to please contact Cheshire Constabulary online at www.cheshire.police.uk/tell-us or via 101 quoting the crime reference number IML 1204059. To the supporters who were affected by this incident, we will be offering you free coach travel to the 2022 away fixture of your choice. We ask you to please contact our ticket office to arrange your free travel tickets and contact on the details below." I'll leave them up for a few seconds more. You guys can pause it to get your information. Warrington Wolves, obviously embarrassed by the entire situation, also commented on their website as well. The club are supporting Cheshire Police with their investigations into an incident which saw a Castleford Tigers supporters coach vandalised at 10 PM last night outside the Hallowell Jones Stadium, following our Round 2 Betfred Super League match. We strongly condemn the actions that led to the coach being targeted and damaged, and we're offering our sincere apologies to the travelling supporters affected for the distress caused. We are working with the local authorities to establish the facts and identify those responsible. No further comment will be made at this stage of the investigation. If anyone has information, CCTV or dashcam footage, please contact Cheshire Constabulary online or via 101, quoting the reference number I mentioned before. I think more and more people need to be reminded that this isn't football. This is a family game, which is tough enough on the pitch. It's not supposed to be tough off it. If you want to be tough like that, go play for your local team. Go do it. And if they are local team players, you're a disgrace to your own amateur club. And it seems like your club are calling you out as a disgrace. Don't mind saying that, because that's a family coach. If any kids got seriously hurt on that, you would be responsible. Please, stamp it out now. We need fans to keep coming to games. The lifeblood of the sport. We're doing so well. Don't start kicking up a fuss after everything that's gone on over the opening weekend, which was all lauded by everyone in the media. So it's Friday night Super League night, and it's a humdinger in round 2 as a Battle of the Roses occurs with Wigan facing off against Leeds. It's going to be a tough old game out there anyhow, with the conditions being wet and windy, and the wind keeps on dying and raising itself back up again during the storm unit. So let's have a look at the two teams and the competitors that are going to be involved. So we start with the away side first, Leeds Rhinos, as Richard Edgar has made 5 changes to the side from last week's game for the clash against Wigan Warriors, with Blake Austin coming in for his first start, Liam Tyndall on the wing, Alex Mellor and Morgan Gannon all starting. We see that in the two lineups from last week and this week, that dropping out of the team is Richie Myler due to injury. David Fusatua drops down to the 17 due to a concussion that was occurred in the Warrington game, with Mellor coming in for Bentley, who is on his first game of his 4-match suspension, while Gannon comes in for Reece Martin, who has been granted leave to return home after a bereavement in his family. Dwyer also misses out from due to suspension, and his place is brought on by Bodine Thompson. Now for the home side, and it's as expected, as Zach Hardacre comes onto the wing in place of the injured Ian Thornley, who picked up that bad ankle injury and is out for 2 months. That means that Hardacre's place on the bench is replaced by Oliver Partington, who comes into the squad for the first time this season. Jake Bibby is expected to fill in at centre with Hardacre on the wing, but that's the only issue, whether them two interchange for the game against Leeds. Now we know that Blake Austin is starting the game for Leeds Rhinos. We know where the kick's going. He's been proficient with the bomb during his time with Warrington Wolves and caused problems in the best of weathers. Now with a swirling wind, that's going to be the scouting report for Wigan to watch out for them and be comfortable underneath those balls. Leeds, though, their scouting report will be to follow up those bombs quickly, because if there's no chase, the kicks are not going to have the desired effect. Put as much pressure on the Wigan catches as possible, whether it's Jai Fields in the back line, whether it's Bibby on the left wing, Adaker if he's there instead, or even on the other side where we have Liam Marshall. How could I forget that? Sheepers, mine went blank. But that's what will be the aim of the game for Leeds, to cause as much discomfort as possible, like their pack does in every single game for their opponents against the Wigan Warriors team, who have come off a good win against Hull KR. Now a quick summary of the first half. Well, it was attritional, with Leeds trying to slow down the ruck, which they were able to do, and started to get momentum early in the game. And it only took them 13 minutes, Leeds, to get the lead, as Leeds worked the ball right on the fourth tackle, and the ball is in the hands of Blake Austin, who puts an amazing dummy on and steps off his right foot on the right side of the pitch, and the gap opens up. Liam Farrell missed it by a mile, and he just waltzed in for the try with not a good tackle by Jay Fields trying to stop him. Caesar added the two to make it 6-0 to Leeds Rhinos. Wigan were coming up with all different types of little mistakes, knock-ons, forward passes from the base of the scrum, Sam Powell being one that actually was guilty of doing something like that. But here's the thing, Wigan started to get some position, and off I think it's Dan Walker mistake, Wigan had a scrum. It was all bitty again, and he decided to run to the left, and the pass out from Cust hits Jake Bibby on the right arm. So here's that scrum. Sam Powell passes it out to Cade Cust, and it hits Bibby on the arm, but it's also hit his heel. And Jay Fields has not heard a whistle yet, and plays to the whistle and puts the ball behind the posts for the attempted score. He goes up to the video referee, and even though on the field he's given no try, the video referee Ben Thaler has a look at it 3 or 4 times, and it's getting more and more weird, as it's hit his arm but has not hit the floor. It's hit his heel, and the referee plays on from that. The video referee plays on from that. And while all Leeds players were stopping, looking around, saying, "What's going on? Why have we not blown?" Jay Fields just scoops it up and scores, and the 4 points are given. And it's also Fields that kicks the conversion for 6-all. We're a bit ambiguous with the rules here, as there is rules in there that if it comes off the heel, it shouldn't be given, but the video referee gives it. Debate on video referee on live games is coming to the fore once again. Before this though, Leeds had the perfect opportunity to score again, as the ball is worked out to the Leeds young winger Liam Tyndall. Shows his explosive pace as he gets round Liam Marshall quite easily. Marshall covers in on the inside and lets Jay Field come across, and it's a battle of the speedsters, but Jay Fields wins it, tackling Tyndall and sliding out into touch, keeping the score at that point 6-0 to Wigan. That's probably where the momentum came from that got Wigan the try. Wigan start looking like the fresher team out of the two as we're going towards half time, and it shows with a fantastic try for Jay Fields again. Wigan have the ball deep in the Leeds half, and Bateman goes to the line and produces a good offload, and Field just finds the gap and motors through it with not a touch on him to score. Seems like the Jai Field show for Wigan Warriors at this point. 3rd try of the season in 2 games. He's up there, and he's going to cause a lot of defensive problems as his explosive pace. But as the half-time hooter goes, Wigan extend the lead to 12 points to 6 and go in half-time with the momentum. Now we start the second half 4 minutes in as Wigan are on the attack, and they decide to run the ball on the last tackle. After working the ball left on the last tackle, Wigan spread the ball wide right, with Powell finding Lulai and Bateman, who hands off to Kai Pearce-Paul, who puts in a great kick for Sam Powell to seemingly dot down, which the radio referee checks. Referee Failer gives the try again for Wigan, and it is kicked for an 18 points to 6 lead to Wigan via the boot of Zach Hardaker, who takes over the kicking for the second half. And straight from the kickoff, it is Wigan on the attack once more as Mago releases the ball to Jai Fields, who sets off down the pitch. Liam Tyndall almost gets the Wigan fullback, but he's in for a hat-trick, and he's now on 4 tries for the season. Hardaker again kicks the 2, and the lead is extended to 24 points to 6. Wigan are in the ascendancy again, and on the last, Cade Cust, about 40 metres away from the Leeds line, kicks along the floor towards the left corner, where Walker, the fullback for Leeds, is mopping up. But the chase is great, and as Walker's mopping up, Sam Powell comes in and his knee hits the ball and the ball comes loose. But as his knee's connecting with the ball, Powell's hand is dropping onto the ball, anticipating the loose carry, and he puts it down over the line for Sam Powell to score his second try of the game and second try of the season. It would have been a better scoreline than 28 points to 6 at this point, but Zach Hardaker's attempt to kick smashes the left post. Leeds though have resilience and spirit about them, and Blake Austin is starting to pull the strings, even though Wigan have blitzed them for a couple of tries early into the second half. And on the 61st minute, after a great tackle on Austin by Tommy Luai close to the line, basically cutting him down and sending him back onto his back, the ball comes in to Matt Pryor after Cruz Leeming finds a gap, and he scores to make it 28 points to 10 to Wigan. But Caesar extends it for 28 points to 12. Now we come to the 72nd minute, and we're coming to the closing embers of the game, but Wigan are deep in the Leeds defensive line. Wigan are just 10 out from the Leeds line, and Cade Cust attacks the line and gets over the try line, but he's being held up and has the aware of himself to get the ball out the back door to Liam Farrell for a very, very strong try. Hardaker then adds the extras, and it's 34 points to 12 in the dying embers of the game. But they're not quite done there. With 5 minutes to go, Cade Cust finds a gap in the line and space in behind the Leeds defence, and Liam Marshall pointing towards that left-hand edge so that he can chase after the ball. So the ball goes out after Liam Marshall kicks it on, but the referee decides that he's going to have a look at it with the video referee. So as it's called upstairs, Cade Cust makes the kick on, and the referee checks if he's onside or offside, which Liam Marshall is fine. And the chase is on between him and Liam Tyndall of Leeds. Kicks it on. And then there was a slight little push there that takes the ball, well, any attempt away from Liam Marshall to try and get the try. The decision was not to award a penalty try and not award a try at all, because he didn't ground it down. but he decides Liam Tyndall had caused a professional foul and sent him to the sin bin for the remainder of the game. Leeds do enough to see out the game, but it's Wigan's victory tonight as the scores end 34 points to 12. So who's my man of the match? Well, it's quite simple. Everyone's already voted for it online and through Sky Sports. It's Jay Field. Not a problem there. Hat-trick. The try-saving tackle in the first half. Great tackle, taking the speedster Tyndall out after the tackle as well. Doing the double job. He wasn't just there to score the tries and being there, he was there in the right place to get the ball so he could score the tries and make efforts for himself. But he was also there in support. The Mago's assisted try was a highlight for me. Shows pace. Liam Tyndall is going to be a big star if he can get the experience in him to playing towards this outer level that Field does. But there can only be one man in a match, and that's the ultra speedster at this time, Jay Fields. Don't forget, Evan French is still available. Well, he's coming back and still on the Wigan books. Could the Wigan attack get even faster? That's scary. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and also share this video worldwide so that we can get the word out for Rugby League, as well as this channel. Why not get in touch with me about what's gone on over the last couple of days. Castleford fans, are you disappointed with the treatment that you got at Warrington? Warrington fans, are you unhappy with your fellow fans doing that to inconvenience someone in this rubbish weather in February, and also possibly hurting someone? Potential was there. They got away with it, it's a hope, but they need to stop doing this. We're not football. I know that's been creeping into football again with the throwing onto the pitch. We can't do that. Also, Wigan versus Leeds. Was that a shock, considering Wigan got nilled twice last year off Leeds? I know there weren't many Leeds highlights in there, I'm afraid, but I can only do what I can with the materials that I've got. You'll be able to see all these highlights if you're in the UK from Sky Sports, but at this meantime, I hope you enjoyed the episode. So please, remember to share the video. Also stay safe. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you in the next one.